more can I say?
Top Billin. Yo, Top Billin. Back at it again. More and more on this Alabama-Ohio State matchup because this shit is going to be nuts. All right, so my man Shaun Wade coming into the season, if you watch some of my stuff during the offseason, I said how much I love Shaun Wade and that he was my number one corner in all of college football this year, and that was over a guy that I covered much more in Patrick Surtain. So obviously I look like an idiot. I look like an idiot with that prediction there because my man Shaun Wade has not lived up to his billing, which was top billing, right? When he was moved from an inside corner spot, which I thought he was very good at, right? A 6'1", almost 200-pound corner playing against two-way goals and an infinite amount of space. I thought he did very well. I thought he was physical, but for some odd reason, man, he gets moved to the outside, a primary corner spot on the left side, and he looks lost. Now, I don't want to hear any excuses because now he's had quite a few games to get ready. In his last game against Clemson, he was destroyed by Clemson's wide receivers. And it started with the Penn State game, which I'll break down here and some other stuff there. So Shaun Wade, hella talented, has the frame, getting off the bus and everything like that. He's a guy that you definitely want to look at. Him and Patrick Surtain very much built similarly. They probably have very much the same measurables as well. But this is what I like from Shaun Wade, at least on the outside. If you have him in off-man coverage and you allow him to be able to read routes, not necessarily have to mirror routes, I think he's money, right? So that would lend itself to say that he's probably very good in zone, which Ohio State does play a pretty decent amount of as well here. But you can check this out right here. They're playing matchup zone right here, right? So it's zone coverage with man principles. You'll get the top of the stack guy here. He's going to be running a slant. So remember it being matchup zone, so he'll end up having to go with my man Seven Banks. Seven Banks is another guy who's kind of suspect. If you're going to be honest about it, this is not one of your better Ohio State secondaries, and I think it shows out there on the field. But they have time to right their wrongs because this is a good team. If you do good against, we may forget about everything. All right, so then you'll have pretty much a seam route going on right here by my man Freifogel. Then you have an out route thrown by Michael Penix here. I want to say he's on the opposite. Yeah, no, looks like he's on the opposite hash. And I always talk about these throws being man throws. If you can't make these throws, they hang up in the air and they get picked off. And look at my man Shaun Wade go to work. Look at that. Enough time. Takes a proper angle. Bang. Got him. Pick 60. Nasty. Doesn't have to worry about the footwork here. Not at all. This is a thinking man's game here. So you can see the matchup zone right here. So Williamson going against Freifogel, and then that slant Seven Banks has. But look at Wade being able to read a route. Of course, he played a lot of football. He understands route concepts, and he understands footwork, spacing, and all of that. And that's just too easy for him. Penix, I believe, kind of hung this ball up there, didn't get it out there. So, yeah, it does look like they're on the opposite hash. Wade makes him pay. That's hard. All right, this one they didn't give a good angle on the replay here. So you can see him coming off camera. This is definitely in the chicken fighting stage. Hand-to-hand Mortal Kombat all the way down the field. So I'm not too sure about this, but guess what? If the refs don't call it, it don't matter. He separates. Michael Penix throws the ball a little bit inside, but boom, he's able to break up the pass on that one. That's some pretty good work right there by Shaun Wade. Simple fact, it wasn't called, so it is what it is. All right, now let's get down to the brass tacks of the matter here. All right, so Shaun Wade, if we're talking about pure man coverage, I think has some flaws in his game right about now. And if we're moving that forward, going against a guy like Devonta Smith, the best wide receiver in all of football, yeah, it could be problems. But then again, Shaun Wade is on scholarship too, right? He could earn his keep, do something really spectacular against Devonta Smith, and all is forgotten. Well, listen, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about his game against my boy Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson is one of these dudes, best kept secret. Jahan Dotson is that dude. He's like the Devonta Smith of the Northeast. He's that good. I thought he was the man even when KJ Hamler was there. I'm not sure what he's doing as far as the draft goes, but shit, if somebody gets him in the draft, good night. He's going to be a star. But check this out right here. Terrible by Shaun Wade right there. You can see with Shaun Wade being in the slot, right, you don't necessarily get to press a lot. right? Usually slot players are going to be off the line of scrimmage, and they have an infinite amount of space on the two-way go, so you don't necessarily want to try to press them, right? But if we're talking about touch and go coverage here, let's see what Shaun Wade's working with, right? We can see Jahan Dotson setting the table, right? Just a rhythm heavy release. But look at that. Why is he committing to a jam already? All you have to do is let Jahan Dotson declare where he wants to go, and then you ride that, right? Remember, your press is just a range finder. It's meant to get you in range and get you in phase. But if you shoot this and he's going to the inside and you shoot an inside jam, then all you're doing is out leveraging yourself. Look at that. Right away, you're already out leveraged. Obviously, what he would do with this, after Jahan goes through being jingle-footed right here, he would put that left arm on the right shoulder pad and then work to that to go to the inside, and he'll be right in phase there. He would decrease the space automatically. Right here, way too much space just because he messed up on the jump, right? He messed up in the table setting stage, so definitely got to get better with that. All right, here we go again, this time working against vertical approach. Oh, come on, Shaun. Oh, Jahan Dotson is that dude. He really is looking like Devonta Smith of the Northeast. His frame and everything like that. All right, let's unpack this. The thing I have about Shaun Wade, what I want to know, same thing with Patrick Surtain. I want to know about their deep speed. Are they 4 or 5 guys? Anybody think they know that these guys 40 times here looking like maybe a 4.47-ish type? I definitely need to know that at the combine. But as for right now, look at him working with a cold approach. Hits him with the shuffle, decreases the space, using the sideline as an extra defender. So he's doing everything right, but then look at him right here. Panic mode sets in. Not sure why you're panicking in the chicken fighting stage. You play cornerback with your feet, not with your hands. All he has to do right now is not give himself a false sense of security. All that does is make you stop moving your feet, which he does there. And Jahan Dotson with a little bit more acceleration. He's tracking when Jahan's tracking. And the ball's a little bit underthrown. I'm not sure why he doesn't get it. He doesn't go up and attack it. That's what happens. Even though he's longer than Jahan Dotson, Jahan goes up and attacks it. So it doesn't seem like, I don't know. That seems like that should be Shaun Wade's game right there. I've seen him attack passes before, so definitely not a good rep. All right, more quick game stuff. Oh, right off the bat, you already know. We don't even got to finish that. Way too early of a declaration from your man Shaun Wade here. He did what? He was a premature evaluator. Don't be a preemie. So off the rhythm, hesitation dribble here, he already wants to shoot the jam. All he has to do is let him come with that right now, be patient, and then Dotson would have tried to come back inside, but he shoots the wrong hand once again to the wrong shoulder because Dotson is trying to come to the inside. Dotson uses his momentum against himself, pushes him off. Social distancing measures have been practiced, 6 feet at all times. He's done. Can't do nothing about that, especially if Clifford puts it out front, which he does. And I don't know. I don't know about his hustle on this particular play either. Looks like he's kind of gave up. Look at his hands. He's not even trying to do anything there. Not really sure about this effort. Even Marcus Hooker here. What is that? Come on now. He was beating them boys' ass, so you can't. He was beating the hell out of Penn State. You can't do that to Penn State, man. Leave Penn State alone. All right, this time working a fade. Don't know what that's about right there. Now look at him turn inwards. So it's looking like he's looking for the back shoulder fade. Jahan Dotson, I'm not sure if he's just stronger than Shaun Wade, but he's kind of punking him out in that regard. And then that happened. That happened. That's nasty, hard. And he made Shaun Wade do the thriller lean backwards, right? What is that? No, smooth criminal. He made that man the smooth criminal, and he did the jerk at the same time. He combining different errors. Come on, Shaun Wade. But this was hard by Jahan Dotson. Back shoulder fade. They got away from Sean Clifford, I'm guessing, but we can leave it like that. Hell of a catch. All right, up top here, working against Cornell Powell in the Clemson game. Powell running a post corner. He's working a vertical bell approach. Look at him get inside, get flipped around, get spun like a dreidel, spinning like ceiling fans. Powell does a great job pushing it vertically. Now, look, he's got outside leverage, so where he's able to monitor Powell and the quarterback at the same time. So, of course, his eyes is on Trevor Lawrence there. Now, you look at the post portion of this right here, he really bites on that, especially with the outside leverage, and it's like he keeps running. What he would have wanted to have done to try to react to this, if he could, was simply flip his inside hip back towards the sideline to try to recover, but he ends up having to turn all the way around. Look at him. He's running and still looking at Trevor Lawrence running the wrong way. So, hell of a route by Powell. He really sold that, and not that good by Shaun Wade. All right, so Wade had a tough game right here in the physicality department a couple of times. After Powell caught that post corner right there, then he gets shrugged off right here. Bam! Right, so he's air sleeping already with that, and he puts the leg up like, oh, man, nonviolence. What's all this violence about? And him and Powell were talking the entire game anyway, and then Powell gives him a little bit of extra for his money. One more for the roll. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Damn. All right, a little bonus action on the other side here with the other marquee corner, and that would be Patrick Surtain going against Trayvon Grimes here. So it goes to show you as good as you can be. You see him with the stop and go right there, right? On a stuggo, look at that. Trayvon Grimes goes up and gets him. Now, I'm not sure what happened to Patrick Surtain here. It looks like he's tracking, and then he just doesn't do anything. Grimes gets the ball, and boom, he's off to the races for a touchdown there. So anybody can be had on both sides. I want to see Patrick Surtain going against Chris Olave. I want to see Garrett Wilson in the slot matched up with Malachi Moore. On the other side, Josh Jobe and Jameson Williams or Jackson Smith and Jigba, Julian Fleming, or whomever. A lot of talent on the field. There's no doubt about that. But, man, Devonta Smith versus Shaun Wade has to be the main event of the evening for sure. And, of course, man, do not let Jalen Waddle play. We'll see what they're made of on the inside with some of the inside corners there. And, of course, your man John Mechie and those guys going against Seven Banks. So they mix and match, but tons of talent on the field. You guys let me know what matchup you're most interested in as far as the cornerback wide receiver matchups. All right? But it's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Shout outs to my boy Shaun Wade. You're still in my top corners. I know that you'll definitely get better the more experience you'll get. But it is what it is. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.